Hi, I'm Shayna and welcome back to the PCOS Life. Today we're talking about insulin resistance. What is insulin resistance? What are the common symptoms associated with insulin resistance, especially in those with PCOS? And lastly, what are some things you can do nutritionally to overcome insulin resistance symptoms in PCOS? If you're new here, hi, welcome, love you already. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Everyone that's here though, if you have questions, make sure you leave comments because I do respond to all of them and it gives me more content for the next videos. But let's get straight into what insulin resistance is. I'll put the medical definition up here. So insulin resistance is when your cells no longer respond to insulin. But in a way that I like to explain it, insulin is released by your pancreas whenever you eat anything that has sugar or is breaking down to sugar. So you have sugar that's going to be released into the bloodstream, and then insulin's job is to come in and say, hey cells, open up, there's sugar in the blood, and you need to accept the sugar into the cell to use for fuel. But what happens is when your cells are no longer responsive to the insulin, they're insulin resistant basically. So let's say, to kind of give you an example, you eat a banana and it's digested, broken down, and released into the bloodstream. Insulin is released by the pancreas, and insulin is like, hey cell, open up, you need to get this sugar from this banana into the cell, and basically the cell's like, nah, not today, bruv, you're not coming in here. And so yeah, that's bad because then you have sugar just lingering in your blood, not even being utilized. And so you'll have things like crashes, fatigue, mood swings. So some of the common symptoms I'm going to put up here because there's a lot of them, but symptoms that are highly associated with PCOS insulin resistance are fatigue, mood swings, weight gain specifically in the abdominal area, dark discoloration around skin folds, so like in your underarms or your neck, feeling hungry after a meal, and frequent urination. Another thing is also craving sugar. If you have like sugar cravings, especially after a meal. So some of the things you can do naturally to help regulate your blood sugar levels nutritionally, and I'm also going to give you some supplements. So to kind of just give you some of the basics, eat balanced. Make sure that you're eating carbs, fats, and protein in each meal. Second thing is eating carbs that are low on the glycemic index. In addition to that, also choosing specific carbs that you know help you to feel satiated and are not making you feel like you're crashing after you eat them. So sweet potatoes, wild rice, quinoa, things like that. Oats, complex carbs, long sustaining carbs, carbs with a lot of fiber. Eat 3 times a day. Don't skip any meals. Don't go too long without eating meals. Natural sugars instead of processed sugars, but honestly just no processed foods is going to be a big one. Supplementation. So a lot of times if you have insulin resistance with PCOS, they'll prescribe you metformin, which is used to treat type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance type diabetes. But let's say you're having really bad side effects, you just don't want to take it, whatever the reason is, and you're looking for a more natural route. So one of the things that I always recommend is Ovasitol. For PCOS, it has been proven to help regulate blood sugar levels, but it also helps with other things like ovarian functioning, and recently I learned that it can kind of help every step in the process of follicular growth or development. I'm probably not saying that right, but yeah, so a lot of benefits to Ovasitol for insulin resistance. Then you also have berberine, again natural, but it's also been studied and proven to help regulate blood sugar levels. And lastly, magnesium has also been useful to help regulate blood sugar levels. So that is my really quick what to do for insulin resistance as it pertains to PCOS. And remember, this is important because it is prevalent in 30 to 40% of women with PCOS. And insulin resistance alone can even affect your menstrual cycle. So again, not something to sleep on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informational. If you have further questions, leave it down below. And again, if you want more in depth about how to eat for insulin resistance, go to this video here because I'm literally making it now. So yeah, this is more in depth. How to eat for insulin resistance. Just go here, watch it. And I love you all. Bye.